Good morning, guys. Today we're going to get started on a new week and a new reading passage called Joyous Volodaris. If you look at it, it is an explanatory essay, and you can see what we're doing today. Go over the test, record your data, and reflect on it. So, this is in the back of your textbook. Those of you that are at home, some of you may have your textbook with you, but probably not. So, you'll need to do this when you come back. This is the other two things that we're going to do, but they're out of order. First, we're going to do the level up tutorial over author style, and then we're going to do the get ready for Ed for this selection. Okay, the get ready page. Remember that the get ready page is very important, and these overlap. A lot of the things that are introduced on the get ready page will be covered in your level up tutorial. It's very important for those of you that are either quarantined or just are still remote learning that you watch the entire tutorial and that you listen to it or read it all. Okay, it'll read it to you, but you can also listen to it. So I'm just going to read it because I'll read it a little bit faster than the lady that reads it. So in this tutorial, you're going to learn to identify the elements of style in literature, to recognize how elements like diction, imagery, and tone help to create style, and to describe an author's style. So if you're asked question, what does author's style mean? You need to be able to answer that. You need to, if you're asked, okay, read this and tell me what the author's style is, you're going to need to be able to answer that with things like what the author's diction is like. Is it informal or a formal tone? What is the tone? What kind of syntax does the author use? So all of those are things that you need to learn. So let's get started.
Suppose you are reading two biographies about the rock star Bono that include similar information. You find one very compelling and the other quite boring. How can that be?
How can that be? Well, the difference between the biographies may have to do with the writer's style. In literature, style is the way something is written, not what is said. Style is the result of the choices an individual writer makes, such as the kinds of words or sentences they use, or you can think of style as a type of literary fingerprint that's unique to each writer. So a lot of times you can, somebody that's really well read, that's read a lot of things, will can see a paragraph and go, oh, that's Charles Dickens. Oh, that's Edgar Allan Poe, because you can just recognize that author's style. The same way you might be able to recognize a song written by your favorite musical artist. Maybe they didn't record that themselves, but you're like, oh, that sounds like so-and-so, something that they would write, because each musician has a particular style in the music that they use and their lyrics. Okay. So, style and voice, they're closely related to style is voice, and that's the personality that comes through when a writer writes something. So let's look at these two examples. There was a whoosh and a whirl and wow to amusement parks. Let me try that again. There was a whoosh and a whirl and wow to amusement parks that had always captivated Selena. Every summer she found herself drawn to this setting like a prisoner who had been suddenly set free. All right, so you can hear that author's personality, that writer's personality coming through that. People like labels, don't they? They say, I'm a determined person. That's probably true. If being determined means not giving up, then that's a label that fits me. You can hear that writer's attitude, that writer's voice, that writer's personality coming through in that paragraph. If y'all have any questions as I'm going through this, let me know. Remember, you should be on this tutorial. If you're watching the video or if you're in class with me, you should be watching this tutorial and following along. You'll be doing the practice after you get finished, and you will be getting a grade. So, diction and style. One important element of style is diction, which includes the writer's choice of words and the arrangements of those words in a sentence. Some might have a formal style that uses sophisticated and long sentences, or it might be more casual. Notice the diction in these two examples. This one's more formal. Though she had many appointments over the course of the day, Tia contemplated spending time with acquaintances. Now, we wouldn't say it that way if we were just telling it to a friend. We would say, Tia thought she'd go hang out with her friends. So you have a formal tone and an informal, and those are based on who is your audience. You have to analyze who your audience is before you can tell what kind of tone you want to use. So if you're just texting your mom to let her know that you're going to your friend's house to watch movies, it's probably going to be a really informal tone. But if you're writing a letter to a company to let them know that you're very upset with the service that you got, that they sent you a defective product or something like that, or you're writing um, uh, an application for a college or an application for a job, you would have a more formal tone on that. I would hope you would. Tone and style. Another key element of style is tone. And we've already talked about this a lot, but we'll just look at it again. The tone is the author's attitude, what he or she is writing about. So let's look at this paragraph. I nudged my friend and stared wide-eyed at the new player. I'd never seen anyone so talented. The new kid got the ball from one end of the field to the other with one kick, used fancy footwork to evade the other team's players, and defended the goal effortlessly. Here, words and phrases such as stared wide-eyed, never seen anyone so talented, and effortlessly create a tone. And they say this tone is awestruck. I would also use I could also say that this author is maybe amazed. She is admiring. Her tone is admiring. So remember, for any given passage, there can be more than one tone word. And we've looked at those tone lists before, which are always good to use. But she's awestruck, she's amazed, she's admiring of his talent. Okay? Oopsie. Now I don't know how to get rid of that because I hid the toolbar. Uh-oh. Anybody have any ideas how to get that back? That's on my video. Let's see if this helps. Sorry, guys. No, I don't want to stop.
I'll just pause it for a minute and then.
All right, guys, I'm going to have to, I had a little technical difficulty here, so I'm going to have to stop the video right here, and then I'll pick up with a second part to the video. Sorry about that. So be ready to watch part 2.